Sir, thank you.
No, it's definitely.
All rise. Anybody with a hat on, please remove it. We open every meeting with prayer and then the pledge. I'm going to ask 8th District Commissioner Tommy Johnson to lead us in prayer.
Let us pray, please. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you once again for this day. God, we thank you for all the wonderful blessings. God, the freedoms, the privileges. Most of all, God, your love, your grace, and your mercy upon our hearts and our lives. Lord, we thank you for what you've done for us. We thank you what you're going to do for us. And God, we pray that tonight you would be with us in this meeting. Give us all, God, the liberty and freedom to do what we need to do and how you would see fit in our lives to do it. Lord, please be with all the sickness and afflictions, these who have lost their loved ones. God, be with our country. We love you, we praise you, and we thank you, God, for all that you do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Remain standing. I'm going to ask our local celebrity and great American Norman Christian to lead us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I want to welcome everyone tonight to the regular bi-monthly meeting of the Sequatchie County Commission. I want to thank our friends at BTC Fiber for being here and any other social media aspect. I see our good friend back in the back, and I think we have someone else here too. So, Mike, welcome, and Ethan, I appreciate you guys being here. So, up next, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chester Shell. Linda Lagowski.
Here.
Brian Ruling.
Here.
Lane Lane.
Here.
James Freeland.
Here.
Ron Walker.
Here.
Joyce Dodson. Here. James Wilson.
Here.
Jeff Barger.
Here.
Paul Powell.
Here.
Michael Hudson.
Here.
June Dishman. Here. Frank Silver.
Here.
Susie Bostick. Here. Lane Clemens.
Here.
Tommy Johnson.
Here.
Tom Venero.
Here.
Jeff Mackey.
Here. Okay, I will declare a quorum. One comment on Commissioner Shell was in a horrific car accident. He is unable to attend, and we wish him a speedy recovery. So get well soon, Mr. Shell. Okay. Commissioners, in your package, you should have received the minutes from the July 21st, 2025 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve said minutes.
So moved.
Have a motion from J. Mack.
Second.
Have a second from Mr. Ruland. Any questions, comments, deletions, additions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said minutes hereby pass. Okay, it's time for a public comment. Kendall, did you retrieve the list for me, please, ma'am? Okay, if you haven't been here before, we have a microphone set up at the podium. Up first, we have Mr. Matt Bates. Matt Bates. Mr. Bates, I hadn't met you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. We have 3 minutes, Mr. Bates.
Yes, sir. I'll be quick. Thank you for your time. My name is Matt Bates. I work for a company called Telecab Wireless out of Hickson, Tennessee. We're working to develop a new cell tower location in District 1. It's off of Chapel Lake Drive. And as we've been working on this project, we come to find out that, at least from the information we have, by running title, checking deeds, and doing some survey work, that while the county built, to our knowledge, built the road and owns the asphalt. It doesn't fall completely in the right-of-way that runs along through the properties. And so the only reason I'm here today is not to cause any money or any concern. It's just that if we develop a new road to access Mark and Sharon Thompson's property, it's going to basically have us building a brand new road right through the middle of somebody's front yard. And so we're just trying to petition the county to help us to basically take the road that's there now and make sure it's properly documented as a right-of-way, not just a road that the county owns, but as the right-of-way, as the 3 homeowners that have lived there for years have used it, and acknowledge that that's where the road is, just so we can access the property. So our sole goal is to try to work with the county. We'll do the survey work. We'll help provide the information. We've already pulled title. We just need that road not just to be a road that the county owns, but actually be a right-of-way so we can access Mark and Sharon's property off of it. We'll do all the legwork. We'll help. I just need some help or know who to talk to or know how to work through that process, because our company's ready to build that cell tower location now, and it's going to provide critical service for that area of the county that doesn't have good wireless service.
I got an email from you, and I apologize.
That's
I
okay.
probably didn't respond, but thank you for being here. Let me ask you a couple of questions,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bates. Have you spoke to our highway super?
I've tried. Yes, sir. I've not been able
I
to make
have
contact.
spoke to some of the people involved in this.
Yeah, I think,
And our road, our right of way, and our road goes to the asphalt. That's what it shows on my road list. Okay, and then past that, it's like gravel or dirt. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it's not hard surface. And the only way we could take that section of road in is if it meets the county spec. And it does not.
well, the road back to where the cul-de-sac is, last time I drove past where Mark and Sharon's was paved. And it seemed to be the same width and the same type of asphalt for most of the way back. But I'm happy to meet on site.
Have we got the right location there?
Yeah, we've looked at it. I'll go back out there and look at it again, but.
I've got 10 handouts that I can leave with anybody.
Well, you've got to work with one guy. I'll
Yeah.
save you the time. This, whatever he brings to the road committee, we have a road committee meeting next, in November, the 17th. So you've got to work out the details with Mr. Higgins. He will bring that to the road committee, which we meet the 17th of November. And I know critical
Yeah.
access, that sort of thing, but everybody's in a hurry these days, but respectfully.
Well,
But
you've got
that's
a
the
couple
guy-
of people out there kind of, is everybody in agreement out there? Because I've had 2 or 3 people call me with
Well,
different,
let's do this outside of this forum. We got a lot to cover tonight, but that's who you need to get with right there.
Okay.
And I don't care to go with you, but see him as soon as he gives his report, maybe get his attention, but I'm
I'll
glad
be
you
there
brought it to
tomorrow
our
morning.
attention.
No, if I could
There's
come out,
no,
it'd be
there's
wonderful.
no action that we can do tonight without.
I understand. I just didn't know how to communicate.
I apologize again, Matt, for not getting back to you, but get with Mr. Higgins, and I would set up sometime you guys could meet out there. I know he's.
be there in the morning. We start at 6, you want to come at 6, I'll be there.
Okay, 6 o'clock?
Yeah,
You meet your office or at the site?
at the office, and then we'll go to the site, and then after that, I'm gonna run straight over to Baden.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Thank you for your time. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bates. Ms. Good, Allison Good.
Well, I'm Allison Good, and I'm here again to talk about the airliner contract. This contract is at about half market value, does not cover the roof or the building. I have experience managing commercial property and put a roof on a similar sized building about 2 years ago. It cost me $85,000. So I suspect that since this roof was repaired in 2008, it is significantly older than that, and it is probably going to cost about $150,000 to put a new roof on it, which is about your first year's income. I think this is a bad contract. I think that you guys know that. And also, I keep hearing that you can get out of it if you don't like it after a year. Yes, after a year, you can give them notice for another year. And I think that this is a bad deal for the citizens of this county. Thank you for your time.
Okay, that concludes our public comment. Thank you, Ms. Good. Okay, moving on to reports. First and foremost, I want to submit the trustee report as part of the minutes, public record. first. And up next, I'm going to call on Mr. Tommy Johnson and John. Would you come forward? We're going to go ahead and do our Heritage Farm presentations at this point. Get that done and get these good folks. I see several rows filled up back there. Get this done.
Executive Cartwright, members of the commission, the Heritage Farm Committee would like to thank you for your continued support of this very important program. I believe I do have a couple members of the committee. Sheldon Barker and Andrew Johnson is here. I don't see anybody else part of the committee here tonight, but the committee is excited to bring forth 7 family farms that have qualified at this time. This brings our Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Program, these families have been around for over 100 years farming their land, and several of them date back to the late 1700s and in the 1800s. Some of these families. We continue to have several families interested in the program and have picked up their applications, but still have not done the legwork. There's a lot to work to that. You just can't go down here and find it. You got to work for it. I'd like to call on Commissioner Tommy Johnson and Sheldon Barker to give the presentation to the families. What we're going to do is Commissioner Johnson is going to read one proclamation for everyone, and then at that time, each family, the first family will step up. We'll get a good picture, and then you can be seated, and then we'll proceed.
Thank you, John. As always, it's an honor for me to get to recognize farms in this county. Being also from a farming family, it's an honor to get to till the land and do things on the land. God's blessed us, and it's just a way that He allows us to do things with what He's given us. So the proclamation recognizes Sequatchie County Heritage Farms that have been family owned for 100 years. Whereas the Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Program was established to recognize and preserve the agricultural and farming heritage and history of Sequatchie County. And whereas this recognition acknowledges the farm and the families for their continued commitment in preserving the rich family heritage and legacy that laid the foundation of our community. And whereas the identified Sequatchie County farms have been family owned and farmed for 100 years, are to be recognized and honored for their legacy in Sequatchie County. Folks, this truly is an honor. Now I have to say this is sort of unusual for me today. This afternoon I was baling hay on a farm that's well over 100 years old. And I got to thinking while I was there in the tractor baling hay, I thought, wow, look at the people that farmed that land, did the same thing I was doing there today. Maybe not in a cab tractor with a round baler, but with a horse and mule, farm the same land. That is an honor to get to do this. So, first one, this family has 2. The Boyd family, one Valley and one Boyd family mountain farm.
Congratulations. One of those farms are in the city limits of Dunlap, and the other is on Fredonia Mountain. Fredonia Community.
The Hackworth farm? The Hackworth farm?
The Hackworth farm is out on Dawes Mountain, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I'm sorry,
Dawes Mountain, correct?
the foot of Dawes Mountain.
Foot of Dawes Mountain.
I'm even smothered, so.
Yes.
No, he probably wouldn't.
Thank you.
very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The Sprouse farm?
Sprouse Farm is in the Old Union community. For those that don't know where the Old Union community is, it's the Newtonville area.
The Cooley Hickson Farm.
Thank you. This farm is around the Elm Hill community near the Cookie Jar.
The Kelly Stock and Dairy Farm.
This farm is around Elm Hill community, real close to the Cookie Jar also. Everybody knows where the Cookie Jar is, don't they? Lynn, you want to get up here?
And the Land Farm.
This farm is on Fredonia Mountain, right close to the fire hall. 3 generations living there. Ladies, you don't want to come up here and be in the picture? One more baby.
Don't smile. He's your big baby. Big baby? Somebody's got it. Don't break the camera. Don't smile, Dwayne.
This close to one?
Oh, I am.
Camera, bro.
Dwayne got it right there.
Thank you, John. Again, you got your card out, members of the commission, the Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Committee wants to thank you for your continued support. Like I said, we've identified roughly 65. We met the other night, and we found out 4 more at the meeting. If we could just get everybody to turn that paperwork in, we could really accomplish something. To this day, we are still the only county in the state that has this type of program on a county level. So we're leading the state in recognizing these local farms on a local. Thank you.
I want to congratulate these recipients of this recognition. You know, such a vital part of our county's history, so much so that they are ingrained in our county seal. Agriculture is they're a cornerstone of economic growth and continued growth in our county yet today. So we appreciate the hard work and the efforts. And this is a small token of our appreciation for what you have done for over 100 years. We appreciate it again. Okay, we're now respectful of you guys that want to work your way out. This gets a little long and dry, so just make yourself whatever you need to do. Okay, Bill Phillips, you're here. I'm going to call on you first, sir, to give your report.
I'm just going to throw a couple things out there. I know you want to get into the hospital business tonight. So we were fortunate to have been able to go down to the fair again this year and set up at one of the entrances, the main entrance. And we were there on Friday evening and Saturday evening. We, ahead of time, we had made some goodie bags with some sheriff's office themed items in it, like colored books and sheriff's deputy sticker badges and bracelets and things of that nature. And we were able that weekend to give out about 600 of those bags to small children from around the county, so that was a blessing. Really appreciate the Fair Association for inviting us and allowing us to be there for that. And then our RMS and JMS system, we talked about that last meeting, is now online. We're 100% in the new system. As always, when a new system goes up, there are things you have to work out, and we're doing a whole lot of that right now. So everybody at our office is confused in the moment, so we'll get the kinks worked out and get that thing up and running right. But it's going to be really good for us in the long run. Really, that's about all I've got tonight.
Any questions for the sheriff?
Sheriff, how's the ISOM?
The ISOMs, that's our new RMS, JMS system that we've gone up on. It's got a lot of features that we didn't have before. So
you like?
Oh yeah, it's just, we're in that phase right now of everybody trying to learn it. So, yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Okay, thank you.
Who's here with the school tonight? Sarai, I was out.
She's at a conference.
She's at a conference, no one to give a school report? Right. All right, let's move on to Mr. Higgins.
All right, my turn. I don't have a lot to say tonight. The gas revenues speak for themselves, the 3-year average there. You can look at the work activities. We're still dealing with trees, potholes, tiles collapsing in the road, stuff like that. We're mostly paving right now because about the middle of December I run out of time for paving, so that's kind of our first priority right now. We're going to be finishing up on Lewis Chapel Mountain day after tomorrow. We'll move the equipment to Lewis Chapel Mountain. Got 3 roads planned out there right off the top of my head. And then as soon as we get down there, we're going over to Signal. And we'll be coming back down in the valley to do a little bit.
Very good, very good. Any questions for Mr. Higgins? Yeah, Brian.
Is that paving on Lewis Chapel going to include Window Rock Road? I know I've gotten emails about it. I've got several questions about that situation up there. That's been on the books to be done this year, and it has been for a while. It's just we got to have time to do it. We had a lot of rain and so forth.
Ms. Lynn.
Yeah, Eric, on those 3 roads, which ones specifically are those? And
Shadowland.
What is it?
Shadowland, Window Rock, and a 3-mile section of Henson Road.
From which side?
It's going to start on our side and go towards Hamilton County. It's going to start basically at the intersection. I'm going to go towards Hamilton County.
Okay, so they're at the firehouse?
Basically right in that area.
Chester also wanted me to ask if we have several issues that need to go to the road committee to make sure that there's one that comes up real soon. I guess the next one's November, right? Sorry. Road committee, as soon as possible. We have several issues that
I just heard there was going to be one in October.
October?
November
November,
17th.
okay. November 17th, excuse me.
And then the other question was, how much severance tax have we gotten? We passed that in March, so.
I haven't seen a penny.
First quarterly payment.
I've not seen a dime, not a penny.
Okay, so, I mean, who we follow?
Lana was going to check into that. I don't know if you've had time or not.
We did, I talked to Keith about it, that it was turned in to Secretary of State. So we don't know if it's just not getting reported from the source to the state.
It's self-reporting, self-policing almost. So typically, I know that we like to see them do that quarterly. That's not always the case. Sometimes in Bledsoe County, they tell me that they do it annually. So that's Stone is there. They're the big hitter in this situation. So
Copy of the resolution was sent to Secretary of State. It was one of Charlotte's last meetings, and I remember it getting sent. So they have what they need from us, but.
So, I mean, can we follow up? I mean, talking to CTAS in the past about this when we were working on a resolution, I understand it's self-policing to report the tonnage and that kind of stuff, but they are required by law to go ahead and report. They need to send payment monthly, and then the counties get the payment quarterly. And if they're not making it, we should follow up with somebody at the state level.
well, we shouldn't have to. That's certainly we're not the police.
But we don't have the.
I don't think they police it either. So again, back during this resolution period, I suggested we not do this because all they've done is raise the rates, getting it from the county anyway. So we're paying the freight. It doesn't matter. Now we're paying more than the freight. So
And we're not getting anything for it.
that's right, and we're paying higher
So there
rates.
seems to be somebody that we can call.
It was a substantial increase, about almost 30%, 25, 30%.
Think about 80 years to recover it.
Yeah.
So I can say personally, I'll bet it out. Just my estimation.
Any other comments, Mr. Powell?
I know with all this rain we had before, we've been having mow pretty regular, so is this the third or fourth mowing you're having to do this year?
We're doing the third mowing right now. They started it. Because it rained all the month of May and most of June and a good bit of July, and the grass was growing faster than we cut it. And I have 6 mowers compared to the other counties around us who have about 2.
Any other questions?
And that ever be rescinded? I'm just curious.
Pardon?
Can that ever be rescinded? I'm just curious.
You can, yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Higgins.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Okay, moving over to committees, Ag, Sheldon.
The one major thing that I have is, and we have a 4-H agent, Jaden Barger, will be starting October 1. So we filled one of our 2 vacant positions starting October 1. The FCS will probably be after the first of the year before we can fill that one. The other thing, we started clubs last week. Got 2 grade levels and finished the rest of them this week with the in-school clubs. So we're back to our fall in-school club schedule for the. I did not put together a written report because we've been busy trying to get club materials together. So I'll have something in November as far as written reports.
Jaden Barger, that's a familiar name, I've heard. Just checking. Jeff, you know anything about that?
I may know it.
I know her parents are a little shady, but her dad anyway.
Appreciate it, Sheldon. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the chamber. Janice, I see you here. Give us an update on the successful weekend and whatever else you've got going on.
Wow. Thank you, County Executive and Commissioners. If you weren't at last weekend's Small Town America down at Heritage Days Festival, you missed a lot because it was very successful. What I have for you tonight is a just released 2024 Sequatchie County travel snapshot that looks like this, and I have some extras back here. Money spent by visitors living outside 50 miles. Spent $7,125,000 in Sequatchie County. And you can look and see what it was spent on. It's broken down by travel, food and beverage, lodging, transportation. $19,521 in daily expenditures averaged out throughout the year. Last year, we were ranked 86th out of the 95 counties. This year, we're ranked 85, which is a good thing for us. We have a 7.59% increase in tourism spending. So please take a look at this, and if you have questions on that, call me. I'll be glad to answer them. And then you have, I know that Paul says he likes infographics, so I've tried to do one here with pictures that, with things that we're doing currently at the chamber. One of the things that I've spent a lot of time on is attending the Retail Academy. It's like 52 pages. I'm going to leave one with Keith. You're welcome to look at. It's a retail recruitment plan that has all kinds of statistics, from real estate to what Retail Academy says that we have possibilities for investors that would want to come here. We have a total market leakage of $730 million and it tells where we're missing the boat on having retails here. It has comparison communities to it, so if you'd like to have one, I can print you one off. I brought 3 tonight, one for the IDB board, one to leave with Keith, and if you want one, I'll be glad to print it off and get it for you. I thank you for everything that you do. We work diligently, and Commissioner Clemens will tell you that he could barely walk this morning because since last Thursday, I guess, he spent no less than 15 hours a day getting ready for small town America. So I thank all of you for your support. Thank you. Are there questions?
Thank you, Janice. We appreciate the good report. Janice did a lot of great things out there for our community and the city and the county. We appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Kendall, I'm going to do that to you so I don't lose that. Let me just interrupt just a moment. We have a new employee, Kendall Chafin, is working in my office. She's a welcome addition, and Brenda thinks she's the bomb. So we appreciate Kendall being here, and she'll be a pretty friendly face when you walk in the door for us and here at the commission meetings as well. But Kendall, welcome to the team. All right. Next, Brian, anything from 911?
Everything's good.
No emergencies?
Well, there's always an emergency.
All right. We have Puckett in the house, Mr. Dunn. You've got a visitor with you tonight, I believe, don't you, Joe?
Yes, sir. Can't you take notes?
It's pretty young. You started pretty young, it looks like.
I just have a brief update. We remain fully staffed, which has allowed us to shift our focus on in-house continuing education. We're halfway through our advanced EMT program right now, and we just started our paramedic program, which will go on and through July, August of 2026. All of our supervisors here in the Valley are now critical care paramedics. So our medical director, Dr. B, has been able to approve critical care protocols for these guys, enabling them to go and support our 911 crews and provide them the additional medicine and skill sets as critical care medics. We'll be hosting a CPR class on September 27th. It's a Saturday. Currently at this time, it's tentatively going to be at Cagle Mountain Fire. And then just a reminder, October 4th is Oktoberfest. We have an extra unit dedicated for it. And that's all I've got. Any questions?
Any questions for Joe? Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you.
Thank you all.
Okay, we've got folks from the fair here. I know they did a ribbon cutting today. Ms. Cox, come on up and give us the good report. I know several commissioners attended. I was unable to, but give us the good report on the fair post.
Main thing I want to report on is for the month of August, for the week that we had our fair. We had a total of 4,977 people come through the gates during the fair. We had a total of 1,876 exhibits in the fair that were competed for. The carnival paid us $4,960, So that allowed us to pay out in premiums to those exhibitors $4,186. We had a total of 1,539 volunteer hours in the month of August alone. And if you break that down to an equivalent pay, if we'd had to pay to have that many there, it would have cost us $46,000.02. So we cannot do this without the volunteers in this county, and we're so thankful for them. And today was not our ribbon, but our groundbreaking. We did get the ground broke, and we are going to have a fair show barn to have livestock shows, and it will also be able to be used by 4-H, FFA, Master Gardeners, and the community at large. We are so thankful for the volunteers that have raised the money for this, and also for the Department of Ag that gave us a grant for this. And thank you to Sequatchie County and the commissioners for giving us permission to do this barn. And if all goes well, by the fair next year, it will be full for our chick chain and for our petting zoo, and we're hoping to have pig shows. Any questions?
Any questions for Ms. Cox? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody here with Valley Fest tonight? I don't see Dr. Pickett. About that. Robin with the library.
Thank you. Most commissioners, I hope everyone got one of these. I just wanted to go over a few numbers for you. We got our yearly numbers, and we had 16,118 visitors in our library last year. That broke it down to 251 programs. That meant that almost 7,500 patrons used our programs. We had 344 new families get library cards last year. And our community has borrowed 18,454 books, ebooks and DVDs last year. So we had a successful year, I do believe, at the county library. On the back of it, it shows some of our programs. We could not fit all of our programs on this. And so I just encourage everyone, September is National Get Your Library Card Month. So if you do not have a library card, come see me. And you might see me in some of your offices, because I'm going to make sure that people have their library card. Any questions?
Questions for Bob? Thank you, Robin, for a splendid job. Appreciate that. Ms. Lewandowski, you want to give us an update on the opioid committee?
I'll just do it from here. So this week, actually today, the third round of our grant applications closed, so we'll be focused on that, evaluating those, and we'll be ready to present a recommendation at the next commission meeting. October is National Substance Abuse Prevention Month. Some of the things that we'll be doing, we're basically the volunteer behavioral health liaison that we have in place that's been working for the last several months, and then the RISE Navigator, which is the State Department of Health asset, who's also working here to basically get people to treatment, and then also for recovery, to work on recovery support and get them to those resources. We've been piloting up in the Lewis Chapel area, and then also they're at the health department right now and at the jail. And we intend to rotate that around the valley as our data. When we look at the data to look at where the hotspots are, we intend to rotate around. But next Thursday, starting around 6:30, both of those individuals will be at the Lewis Chapel Community Center. Anybody can attend. They'll be talking about what their jobs are, specifically what they do, what services they offer, where, what time. They're also going to talk a little bit about prevention and do some education. There will be a Narcan demonstration, so anybody is open to come to that meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewandowski. We appreciate that. Up next, JP with the veterans.
Still no numbers from the VA for the year, so no idea when it come out. Should have been out in May, but who knows what's going on with that. Our office numbers look pretty good for the year. It's still been a struggle to pull accurate data from our new system, but I suppose they're going to publish some new reports in the near future that should be able to do a little bit better. Any questions for me?
Any questions for Jim? Thank you, Jim, for explaining the job. Mr. Barger.
Yes, sir.
Budget Committee, sir, come forward.
All right. Y'all have to bear with me. I was at the Tennessee-Georgia football game Saturday, so we didn't lose because of lack of my screaming. So we'll get started. The Budget Committee did meet this afternoon. We had a couple of one transfer and a couple of amendments. The transfer, before we get started, we will need to waive the 5-day rule because it was not in the
Entertain a motion, have a motion from Jim Bolt, have a second from Mr. Powell. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, said 5-day rule is hereby waived. Mr. Barger.
All right. So we received this transfer today. It was from the Circuit Court Clerk Data Processing Budget Code 101, transferring from $39,000 fund balance, a sum total of $3,530.16. That same total transferring to 53,100,317 Circuit Court Data Processing. And this was a purchase, right, Karen?
It's a purchase for an upgrade for microphone equipment and accessories to that system, that computer system that operates that.
Yes, sir.
This comes out of a reserve fund at the end of the year. So initially we pull it out of fund balance, but there'll be an adjustment at the end of the year out of our reserve fund to cover that. So
And this was a motion from the Budget Committee to
This is a motion.
accept this transfer.
So I've got a motion from the Budget Committee. Do I hear a second? A second from Mr. Breeder. Good seeing you, Jim Bolt. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said transfer hereby passes.
All right. The next item the Budget Committee considered was a amendment to the fiscal year 25-26 Highway Department budget. A movement of $125,000 increase to their hot mix line item, 62,404 item, and that's decreasing from their fund balance of $131,34,550. That's a $125,000 move and amendment to their budget. This was a motion from the Budget Committee to make this amendment.
Motion, do I hear a second? I have a second from Mr. Tommy Johnson. Any,
Who did the motion, I'm sorry?
The budget.
Budget Committee.
A second from TJ. You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments relative to this? Hearing none, because it exceeds $5,000, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Linda Lewandowski.
Yes.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Blaine Lane.
Yes.
James Breland.
Yes.
Brian Walker.
Yes.
Joyce Dodson.
Yes.
James Wilson.
Yes.
Jeff Barger.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
Michael Hudson.
Yes.
Jim Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Susie Bostick.
Yes.
Wayne Clemens.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Tom Venero.
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Amendment is hereby granted. Mr. Barber.
All right. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order, but the Budget Committee was considered also, there was a 60-month rental agreement to be approved for a new copy machine for the Sequatchie County Clerk. That 60-month agreement will be at a fee of $44.96 a month. And that will go for 60 months with Canon USA. And this was a motion from the Budget Committee to accept this contract.
I have a second from Mr. Hudson. Any questions and or comments? One comment is this is about a $25 a month reduction monthly, so good job, Landon, for that. No other comments? We'll roll call this as well, Landon. So.
Okay. Linda Landowski?
Yes.
Ron Ruling?
Yes.
Blaine Lane?
Yes.
James Breland?
Yes.
Ron Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson?
Yes.
James Wilson?
Yes.
Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Jim Dishman?
Yes.
Frank Silver?
Yes.
Susie Bostick?
Yes.
Wayne Clemens?
Yes.
Tommy Johnson?
Yes.
Tom Venero?
Yes.
Jeff Mackey?
Yes.
Okay, the contract is hereby granted. Mr. Barger.
All right. The Budget Committee also considered a floodplain review and inspection services contract presented to the Budget Committee, and it came as a recommendation from the Budget Committee to move forward with this draft contract, floodplain review and inspection services.
Atlanta, just for the record, that is with Mr. Gabe Yergin. And it'll be a permit fee and inspection fee of $300 per inspection and permit together. And it'll be paid for by the applicant.
Okay.
So we have money set aside to, we'll be a flow through that, but anyway, we'll look at the county piece of that. So, all right, we've got a motion from the Budget Committee. Do I hear a second? I have a second from Susie Bostick. Hello, Susie. Any questions? Hearing none. I don't think petition this score, but let's roll call this as well.
Linda Landowski?
Yes.
Ron Ruling?
Yes.
Blaine Lane?
Yes.
James Breland?
Yes.
Ron Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson?
Yes.
James Wilson?
Yes.
Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Jim Dishman?
Yes.
Frank Silver?
Yes.
Susie Bostick? Wayne Clemens?
Yes.
Tommy Johnson?
Yes.
Tom Venero?
Yes.
Jeff Mackey?
Yes.
Okay.
That is all that the Budget Committee took action on tonight and in our agenda. Also on our agenda, we discussed and want to explore further some rules for charitable and nonprofit organizations going forward for budgetary reasons. And Mr. Cartwright had give us an example of a Giles County form. We're going to kind of look at that. There was no action done tonight. We're just going to explore that and get ready for next year's budget. Also, there was some discussion on the Erlanger contract that we'll be voting on tonight. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Barger. We appreciate it. Did I miss any committees? Okay, moving forward into new business. First on the agenda, the elect commission chair and chair pro tem. What say you, commission? Mr. Powell.
Chairman.
You elect Keith Cartwright as chairman. What about pro tem?
Tom Venero.
Tom Venero. We have a motion from Mr. Powell for Keith Cartwright as chair and Tom Venero as pro tem. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Mr. Barger. Any comments and or ugly comments? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Linda Landowski?
Yes.
Ron Ruling?
Yes.
Blaine Lane?
Yes.
James Breland?
Yes.
Ron Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson?
Yes.
James Wilson?
Yes.
Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Frank Silver?
Yes.
Sorry, skip Jim Dishman?
Yes.
Frank. Susie Bostick?
Yes.
Wayne Clemens?
Yes.
Tommy Johnson?
Yes.
Tom Venero?
Yes.
Jeff Mackey?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your confidence in Tom and I, and we appreciate it. We'll do our best to do a good job for the county and for you guys, so we appreciate it. Officially now, in your packets are a list of the 25-26 commission committees. I've spoke to most, I think everyone about these committees. I'm just going to entertain a motion to adopt my recommendations for these committees. I have a motion from Mr. Clemens to adopt. Mr. Silver is a second. Any questions, comments? Anybody want to quit? Hearing none. All in favor of these appointments, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said committees hereby stand. Okay, Resolution 806, County Flood Damage Prevention. We mentioned earlier. I'm going to push that to the November 17th meeting. A lot of questions out there. I've got several. And Mr. Condor was scheduled to be here tonight, but had to leave town, so he will be with us on that night, and probably our new floodplain coordinator as well, Mr. Gabe Bjorken. So we'll have a full house with lots of answers for these questions. So we'll address that on November the 17th. Okay.
Excuse me, can we also add to the record that there will be a public comment period prior to that?
Yes, thank you, Linda. It's not scheduled yet, but there will be, Jennifer, a public comment period. Jennifer recommended this a couple of days ago to me, so we decided at that point we needed to do that. But that hasn't been scheduled, but I'll get on that this week and get that done. So,
Public comment or public hearing?
Public hearing,
Public
yes.
hearing,
Same difference.
Chairman, Chairman, I'll just reiterate thing on the floodplain. Let's definitely make the minutes reflect. We do want Mr. Yergin to be here. I think it's important that he's there with James.
Yes.
We said he'd be invited. Let's prioritize that. That way we can get all the questions.
Yes, absolutely. I like that. This may be the longest resolution I've ever seen. You can tell the federal government wrote it. A lot to go over here.
Which makes me nervous.
Okay, in your packets, this is Suicide Prevention Month, and in your packets is a proclamation stating that suicide is a tremendous form of suffering and one of the most destructive and tragic events in the family and the community can experience. More than 1,200 lives lost in Tennessee each year, and an estimated 25 attempted suicides for each suicide death. Whereas everyone can play a role in suicide prevention by learning and sharing the risk and warning signs, decreasing the stigma as a means to promote help seeking by talking about suicide using safe measuring and sharing the available resources. And now I, Dean Keith Cartwright, Sequatchie County Executive, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I'm asking for adoption of this resolution. Mr. Johnson has a motion and a second for Mr. Mackey. All in favor, a resounding aye. Aye. Hearing opposed, none. Said proclamation hereby stands. This will be posted in the courthouse frame. We will get that up this week. So thank you for that support. All right. Next, we bring up Resolution 807, the Erlanger Lease Agreement. A few comments from the chair. Attached to this Resolution 807 is the contract that is in each of the packets. I've met with several of you guys. Now this, let me say right up front, guys, and I'll reiterate, we discussed this in budget. It's not a perfect contract. No contract is one-sided. This is Jennifer and I negotiating with Erlanger. We have shortened the term to 5 years. There's a 1 year out, which I think is advantageous for us. The roof was not repaired in 2008. It was replaced in 2008. We carried it on our capital assets. What the roof estimate, those Ms. Good stated that it could be $75,000 to $80,000. It could be $100,000 with escalated costs. she is correct in that, but let me lay out for you that we spend an annual cost on yard maintenance, parking lot control, helipad, all that extra stuff just in yard keeping without the building, about 35 to 45,000 a year. So if 2 years of that would certainly make up for any roof if we had to replace stuff. These are my comments. Currently, we're getting $1 a year. In 5 years, that means you'll make for the taxpayers $5 plus spending instead of $200,000 plus in expenditures on just the yard cutting, the parking lot striping, safety, handicap, helipad, again, on that. So you're looking at a net of close to $200,000 a year. There, over 5 years, that's $1 million. So that's where I'm going to leave it. So I strongly encourage the commission to support this. Again, it's not what every little thing is not what we're looking for, but it's certainly $5 plus spending $250,000 to insulate over 5 years compared to $1 million plus. It's not even close in this county executive's eyes. So I strongly ask for your support in Resolution 807. Now, first and foremost, let me get a motion in a second so we can discuss this.
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Mackey, a second from Mr. Hudson. So now, Miss Jennifer, are you the lady?
Did everybody receive an updated Exhibit B? If you weren't at Budget Committee, there's one change on the first page where it says land instead of lease purchases, and then the Exhibit B is changed. So if you didn't get that at the Budget Committee, that was changed. So I think the public notice pretty much basically said there's 10,425 square feet. It's $15 per square foot. We can go through the pros and cons, your questions, but you have the lease in front of you. There is a right of first refusal if the county were to lease or purchase or sell any adjoining property. After 365 days, we can cancel the lease at any time, but it is a 5-year lease and renews for an additional 5 years. Something we talked about in budget that I just want everyone to be aware of is when we were talking about capital, what's on the capital account. It does include the roof and it does include the building, so that is on the county capital account. So that is a sentence that Erlanger added into 4B. No event will include any repair costs or expenditures which are recorded on the books or records of the lessor as depreciable capital expenditures. So just be aware, I just want everybody to be aware that that like the capital expenditure is the roof and the building. So that is, I just want you to be aware that that is on our capital expenditure list. So I'm willing to answer any questions that I can about the lease or what.
So that, I have a question about the building. I mean, what would that be, interior and exterior?
I'm sorry, what part of the building? Are you
That's
talking about
what
the
I'm
interior?
asking.
Okay.
What does building encompass?
4B says service and maintenance of the building, including cost of maintenance to the building systems and improvements thereof, including electrical, plumbing, heating, venting, and air conditioning, elevator maintenance and repair. I don't think there's an elevator. Parking lots and exterior, helipad, interior walls and floors is what it includes, according to 4B.
So if that's on our capital depreciation list, then that means that the county would be responsible for all that maintenance.
Well, it means the building and the roof are on there. I agree with you that it is vague as to what everyone is going to be paying under the triple net. Keith and I tried to negotiate that. You make an answer.
Well, the yard maintenance is certainly covered, and the helipad.
And the helipad, that is not, yes.
Covered by Erlanger here under this contract because that's separated from this.
Also 11A on page 4.
Okay, but I'm just trying, so everything else, the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, all that besides the yard and the helo pad, the county would bear the expense of that maintenance.
That's not true. And look at 11.4, it says lessee, it doesn't have any exclusion. In page 4, 11A says lessee shall maintain and repair the non-structural portion of the leased premises, including mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, servicing the leased premises in such a condition, order, and repair as the same are as of effective day. So there's no exclusion there.
Who's those repairs on right now?
Well, Erlanger has paid for the HVAC units for the last, I don't know how many they put on there, but it's 6 or 7 units in the past 12 years or so. So I've never gotten a bill or an invoice on any of that, anything inside electrical or anything. They paid for all of it.
I believe the roof was put on in 2009 when we looked at the capital expenditure. It was in 2009.
And it was a new roof. So.
Doesn't paragraph 11 refer to if any of this is damaged? It's not routine maintenance.
Shall maintain and repair the non-structural portions, including I think 11B says lessee shall be responsible and liable for any damages done to the leased premises which injury or damage is occasioned by acts or lessee of its employees.
Anyone else?
Just to be clear, what county has, and depreciation is roof,
And the building.
structural.
Structural building.
Structural building.
Yes.
That don't include electrical, based on what I'm reading.
I'm just telling you what's on the capital expenditure, and I'm telling you what this lease says. I'm not interpreting what the capital, but it says the structure of what used to be the North Valley facility and is now the Erlanger facility.
Any other questions? Or comments?
I do have a comment.
Mr. Jones.
We beat this horse to death, and I think it needs to be laid to rest tonight. I still feel like we're overlooking, Park Ridge did come in here and made many offers and many changes. There have been many changes, and a lot of it by Erlanger. But we're going with lay this rest tonight, but still, I think that doesn't need to be an oversight because they've come in with very good intentions. I think there's been a lot of wrongdoing with them, and, you know, again, last time there were several of us voted no, and we gotta go with, I guess, what people want, and sometimes not our conscience, some are voting conscious. But still, I think we need to not overlook that they had a very important role to play in this, so that doesn't need to be overlooked, I don't think, because they really stepped up with an offer.
Anyone else?
Call for the question.
Todd, you want to say?
Yeah, no, I wasn't good, but Joyce brings up a very good point. Her point is completely valid. And I think that's why we have an out clause on the contract. The two things that stick out here is, again, it's a doubt. We have in front of us the reality is, Erlanger's here, we're not going anywhere, we're not throwing them out. Park Ridge has not brought the public support to anywhere where I could even consider changing it. That we overlook all the time too. At the end of the day, the public has spoken. If that ever were to change, we exercise our out and we start talking about that. Or some of the fear mongering, if Erlanger, something happens to them legally or something, we have out clauses. So it's not like this isn't been talked about. The reality is we're voting on $1 or $156,000, first and foremost. That's where I think we're at, and we have the obligation of taxpayers to do it right. I voted yes the first time, I will vote yes the second time. But Joyce's point is very valid, but the part that doesn't encapsulate that is still the public overwhelming. And even we've had public sessions more than we probably had for any other issue. You're aware of the problems with the lease. It hasn't changed the public's opinion that they want Erlanger here. That has to be a driving factor, as it is for me in our district. And I'll leave it for that call for the question.
Okay. Mr. Johnson.
So I will not question and or dispute Erlanger's care and the job that they do. I will not do that. I think they've always done a good job to the best of what I understand. I will plainly state, I don't agree with the contract, especially item 9, first refusal. That to me is overstepping the bounds of someone leasing a building from us. Essentially, it tells us we can't do what we want to with the property. So I'm very, I guess, we've been at this for 14 years, right? They've been in the building for right at 14 years now. And surely there's trust enough between us and Erlanger that they would realize that we would not do something that would be counterintuitive to their own business. And it's very discouraging that we get a contract that states this, essentially with the right of first refusal. I will not support it for that reason. If 9 was out, I'd support it all night long. So it's just, we as commissioners were voted, and Tom, you're exactly right. And we are to do what the people ask us to do, and we're to vote our best conscience. But if we also know in good faith that the contract is not right, we also have that same due diligence to vote no on a contract that's not right as well. There's opportunities to change it, but we all have to do what we feel like is right for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
I look at item 9 as putting into a contract what we've tacitly agreed to for all these years anyway. You mentioned the trust between the entities, and item 9 is basically saying, look, if we want to make any different changes to that property over there, especially if you're doing medical items or medical businesses in there, they want the opportunity to give first refusal. Most business contracts are that way. I understand we've had a lot of years, 14 years of built up trust with them. This is simply, in my mind, simply putting that, codifying that into the contract, what we've already agreed to do.
So I'm just going to piggyback on what Mr. Johnson said, and I also don't agree with 9 because I think it complicates. I mean, we have pending now the ambulance service RFP because that contract will expire here early next year, so we have to go through that, but this will complicate that process. And I agree with the other comments that Mr. Johnson made regarding that. The other thing is I still have a hard spot with basically half of the fair market value, $15 per square foot. Yes, it'll bring in revenue, but the risks that exist with the capital depreciation list, the items that are on there, the roof and building, which are big ticket items, that during the term of this contract have potential for replacement or major maintenance at the expense of the county. So I just wanted to point those two things out. And I don't think those are a good deal. We don't get any expansion of services. None of that was committed to. And certainly those are growing needs that we have existing and growing for this county.
One thing I'll say to that,
Anyone else?
The irony is, fair market value, I'll take this as opposed to $1. That's my final comment.
That's not much of a fair market value. All right, we're going to call for the questions here. We have a motion and a second on the floor on resolution 807. This resolution gives me authority to sign a contract with Erlanger. Correct me if anything I'm saying is wrong, but if this passes, so resolution 807, the Erlanger resolution 807, relative to the Erlanger lease. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Linda Lonowski.
No.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Dwayne Lane.
Yes.
James Breland.
Yes.
Brian Walker.
Yes.
Joyce Dodson.
Yes.
James Wilson.
Yes.
Jeff Barger.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
Michael Hudson.
Yes.
June Dishman,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Susie Bostic,
Yes.
Wayne Clemens,
No.
Tommy Johnson,
No.
Tom Venero,
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay. That is 14 yeses, 3 noes. Mr. Shell is absent. Resolution 807 hereby passes. Thank you, County Legislative Body. I know this has been a tough issue, but we get paid and elected to do just such. So everybody has different opinions, different interpretations. I respect each and every one of you for those thoughts and concerns. Okay, moving on. Get through this just a moment. Up next. Okay, up next we have the Ag Committee appointments. They should be enclosed in your packet. The term of Joyce Dotson on the Sequatchie County Agriculture Committee will expire as of October 25. Due to the term limit, she will be leaving the committee. Recommended to fill this position is Mr. James Wilson. And also, it's requested that the following members be reappointed. That's Mr. Andrew Johnson and Miss Susie Bostic. I'll entertain a motion to adopt these committee appointments.
Make a motion.
Mr. Bregman, second from Mr. Johnson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Ag participants. Last on the list is the opioid proclamation. October has been designated as National Substance Abuse Prevention Month to collectively focus on preventing substance abuse. Remember those we have lost to the addiction crisis. Congratulate those who have taken steps to recovery and acknowledge the family members, friends, and professionals supporting them. Whereas we are grateful for the efforts of the organizations who provide substance abuse prevention programs to reach young children, people. These organizations include law enforcement agencies and school districts who are prepared to respond to overdoses and community members who work to lessen the stigma surrounding substance abuse and support individuals who are struggling with or in recovery from substance use disorder. That's the condensed version. I.D. Keith Cartwright do hereby proclaim October 2025 as National Substance Abuse Awareness. I'll entertain a motion to adopt. Mr. Hudson, thank you. Do I hear a second? Ms. Lewandowski, thank you. And thank you for the work you do with the opioid committee. All in favor of said resolution, a resounding aye. Said resolution will be framed and posted on our walls out here. Madam Clerk, appointment of notaries.
I've got 5 notaries for approval tonight. I've got L. Thomas Austin, Autumn Higdon, Lana Uten, Monica Johnson, and Sonia Montgomery.
You've heard the bill of fare. Will I have a motion, Mr. Breeden, and a second from Brian Rulon. All in favor of said notary appointments, say aye. Aye. All opposed, hearing none, all appointments shall be made. Up next, we have some announcements. Mr. Wayne, give us the what's going on out there at Lono.
On September 27th, the Lono Volunteer Fire Department, the Lono Community Center, we're having a open house with the fire department with a free country breakfast and a car show. We have stuff for kids to come out and do, a bouncy house, and it will go from the hours of 7:30 a.m. Central Time to 3. I'm used to doing this. Yeah, it'll be 3 Central Time at finish. So everybody is welcome. We like I said, we are having the open house. We're doing a fundraiser to try to purchase a new to us engine. The engine we have is a 1991. It's the original engine for the fire department, and it's a little long in the tooth. So everyone is welcome. We'd love to see everyone there.
Thank you, Mr. Clemens. Any other commissioner with an announcement? I thank you for your time. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion, we have a second, a third, we stand adjourned.